This afternoon, we're going to be having a refreshing change. We're going to be making a tasty fruit cocktail to represent all the ingredients that go into Shell V-Power. Now, as you know, the technical partnership Shell have with Ferrari is long-standing, over 60 years now, and Shell V-Power is one of the many fruits of that partnership that you can buy in the forecourts in the garages here in Malaysia. So, we have, obviously, Ian Albiston here. He's going to oversee everything we do and make sure we're getting the ingredients correct.
We'll try anyway, Dan.
He'll try, yes. When we book into the hotel, we do have to book an entire floor out just for Ian's brain. It's that big.
Oh,
so it's very important. It's very important to know that. Okay, not for me. Just a broom cupboard for my brain. So, what we need first of all, Felipe, we're going to use local ingredients here, everything from Malaysia. So we need a base fuel on which to build our Shell V-Power representation. So we're going to start with some lovely local pineapple juice. So I'm not going to juice these now. We'll use the one in the jug right there.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well chosen.
So we put here?
Yes, please. It's your first challenge.
I decide or?
Everything. Inside the flask if you can.
I will try. I think I'm doing pretty well. Huh?
It's excellent.
It's very difficult, but I'm doing well.
Thank you for that, Felipe. You have got the most difficult task there. But Ian, could you tell us a little more about the base fuel and what that entails there?
Yeah, sure. Firstly, the base oil there, the base fuel, really defines the fundamental properties of any fuel. So for us, quality is essential, as is a total understanding of the impact on performance of the individual components we use in that fuel. So a base fuel will contain typically over 200 individual components. And you think that is absolutely amazing, over 200 individual different components. And this is even before we start to formulate for any increase in performance. So it's crucial to get the base fuel correct.
Excellent. And you're happy with Felipe's choice of pineapple juice there?
Couldn't be better.
Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Now, as Dr. Andrew Foles was mentioning, one of the biggest problems faced by an engine, especially a high-performance engine, is the problem of friction. Now, one of the main ingredients of Shell V-Power is, of course, the friction modification technology package. And this is specially designed and formulated to deal with that problem of friction. So we have something very interesting to represent the friction modification technology this time. We've got the fruit of one of these things, the juice of one of these things. Have you seen one of these before?
I eat today, actually.
You had one today?
But I forgot the name, actually.
Well, they call it dragon fruit, I believe.
Fruit, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I don't know if it makes you behave like a dragon in any way. I hope not. Yeah. But we have some dragon fruit juice.
I heard as well, there's a lot of vitamin C.
A lot of vitamin C. Okay, that's why you're choosing to drink it.
Yeah.
But we have some of the bright purple stuff there to represent the friction modification technology. This may be more difficult to pour, but yes, let's add that in there.
Everything?
Yes, please. And Ian, if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit more about the friction modification technology while Felipe takes... Oh, nicely done.
Very well done, Felipe. I think that's all gone in. Yeah, basically the friction modification technology...
For sure the job from this guy is much more difficult than my job.
Felipe's obviously been watching...
It's not that easy, eh?
Felipe's obviously been watching us in the track lab. Basically, the friction modification technology, it's a key element in the unique formulation that is Shell V-Power. Basically, it's carried in the fuel, and it will reduce friction in critical parts of the engine, thereby allowing the engine to turn more freely and deliver further power to the wheels. Now, as Dan said, the friction modification additive in the Ferrari racing fuel is exactly the same as the additive in the V-Power fuel that you can buy. So for me, and I think it's a great example and a demonstration of how we take what we learned developing the Ferrari race fuel and transferring it into the fuel that you can buy on the forecourts here in Malaysia.
Excellent. And is it also true, Ian, that every brand new Ferrari that leaves the factory in Maranello, it comes with a full tank of Shell V-Power?
Yes, it does.
Yes,
unfortunately, I haven't got a Ferrari, but yes,
no,
it does.
neither have I. I'm hoping every time I say that, maybe one day they'll just give me one, but it's nothing yet.
Maybe one year we'll have one as a bonus. Who knows?
Yeah. Excellent. Now,
I have one.
You have one? Only one? The very fast one? Okay, excellent. So, you said you already drank some dragon fruit today, Felipe. Is there any particular special kind of food or diet that you follow during a race weekend?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you need to follow a good diet as well, you know. The weight is so important in the car. So if you don't follow the right direction, for sure you're going to lose lap time, you know, and also the physical point of view, you're going to lose power, you know, and the race is pretty long. So here in Malaysia it's very hot. So if you don't follow the good direction on the physical point of view, but also on the diet and everything, you're losing, you know. And this is very important in all the top sports, you know, very professional.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I hope we don't interrupt your diet too much with this demonstration.
But it's good anyway.
Yes, yeah, so far, yeah. Now, the final very important aspect, very important ingredient of Shell V-Power we need to talk about is, of course, the detergent package. Now, you may not believe it, but inside your engine, a great heat is created, and you can have all kinds of problems with deposits building up, basically dirt inside the engine. So Shell V-Power comes with a specially formulated detergent package to try and clean inside the engine, because of course you can't go inside the engine with your rubber gloves and a duster and do it yourself, but the fuel can, because it gets into part of the engines that even the oil cannot reach. So, to represent the detergent package, we're going to use another local fruit that I have to admit I'd never heard of. It's these little things. They look like limes or lemons, but they're actually called calamansi, I believe.
Really?
Calamansi, yeah. Have a look at one of those if you like. Now these are, I'm told they're in the family of limes and lemons and oranges, but they're also known for their cleansing properties. So we have some juice prepared. And Felipe, if you wouldn't mind adding the final ingredient for us there, this is your detergent package. There you go. Yes, I think you've got the job of cocktail maker.
So I can go?
No, not yet. There's all important tasting.
I think we need a white coat for Felipe when he comes to the track.
Next time. Ian, could you tell us a little more about the detergent package and exactly how that behaves?
Yeah, sure. Basically, Shell V-Power is formulated to actively cleanse your engine. So it basically will help the engine to achieve optimum combustion by allowing the fuel and air mixture to enter the engine more easily without any interruption from any fuel deposit, any deposits in the fuel system, thereby affecting performance. Now, for you drivers, this is paramount. It will not just increase responsiveness, but will also restore some of the power and performance that maybe have lost through the formation of such deposits. So it's really critical, not just in Felipe's engine, but also our normal road car engines.
Excellent. Thank you, Ian. Now, because that point is so important that you can actively clean the engine, we've spent a lot of time developing an incredibly accurate scientific demonstration that's going to show you exactly what's going on there. So I've managed to get hold, I've taken some valves out of the engine of Ian's car. Sorry about that, Ian. Here's an actual engine valve. Now, obviously, in a Formula One engine, they'd be slightly smaller, but you'd have 4 of these. You'd have 2 inlet valves and 2 exhaust valves, and they're going up and down incredibly fast, opening and closing about 150 times per second. So it's very important that they're functioning properly. And you can see we have a lot of build-up of deposit on this valve. It's actually chocolate sauce at this stage for the purposes of the demonstration. If you have chocolate sauce in your actual engine, you're doing something very wrong. We probably can't help you. But what we're going to try and show is how the detergent package can hopefully clean up those valves. So, Felipe, if you don't mind, you're going to help me with this very difficult demonstration. Yeah. It's very important that we observe all health and safety rules, such as having short, tidy haircuts. Yes. So, I'm going to hold this valve for you, Felipe, up here, and your job is to use this soda siphon as to represent the fuel injectors that are sending that fuel in there, and we're going to see how much of the deposits there you can actually clean off this valve. So you squeeze that lever down, but give it a good shake first. Now this is going to represent a fuel that doesn't have Shell V-Power's detergent package. So it might not be as effective, but we'll see how it goes. So when you're ready, let the scientific demonstration begin. Yes, that wasn't very powerful, was it? Is that the best you can do?
I will try.
Let's just try one more. Try one more time. That's a little better, but unfortunately most of the deposit is still there. Okay, thank you, Felipe. That was very good. I'm only 20% water at the moment, but that's fine. It's all for science. Now, this one here, this represents the detergent package inside Shell V-Power. So hopefully it will work better for you. If it doesn't, then let's see if we can clean some of the deposits off this valve, just as the fuel injectors would do in Shell V-Power.
Are you sure you're going to put in?
I have absolute confidence in science. I'm wearing the...
More?
Yeah, go on.
I think we have the scientist says yes.
Left there, Felipe. Give him a bit more.
Get a bit more. Thank you very much, Felipe. I think we've clearly demonstrated in our, thank you, in our very scientific demonstration there, that the detergent package is capable of cleaning the valve there. Thank you for that. That was how does it feel to be part of the research process there?
For me, it was fine. For you, it was a little bit more difficult.
So, now we
remove
have...
as well?
Yes, yes. If you feel safe now, that's fine. Thank you. So now we have all the ingredients in place. Felipe, you can feel free to pour as much as you can into the shaker there. Ian, it looks as if all the components are in place there. What do you think?
You're correct, all the components are in there, and I think excellent demonstration, Felipe, of mixing capability there. Right? I think in summary, the performance of Shell V-Power gasoline, it's not about one component, two components, three components. It's about the total formulation. And what we see in our research, it's unique technology designed and used by Shell scientists to make sure that your engines perform to the optimum. And I think in summary, I would say V-Power is this is no normal fuel. This is really a fuel that's developed trackside, and that from those learnings, we take that and to benefit the fuel that you can buy every day. So it's not just any old fuel.
Okay, Felipe, you're dying to have give it a shake there. There you go. Excellent work. I can see you've done this before. And how do you relax, actually, after a Grand Prix weekend? What do you do to chill out after the race?
Well, I sleep.
Sleeping, yes. That sounds good.
Having a good time, you know, after. So enjoy Malaysia, you know, going for good restaurants as well. So
excellent, excellent. Well, that should be enough now. Let's see if we can just pour out 3 examples of your Shell V-Power cocktail there.
What do you say? Just
So
open
the whole
normally?
lid should come off. There you go.
There you go.
That's fine. And your final challenge is to make 3 equal servings, but it doesn't matter. Excellent work. And also, if you fancy an umbrella in there as well.
Sure, maybe it's, maybe it's raining.
It might be raining,
so
like in Australia.
Pick the colour.
with a nice umbrella here.
Perfect. Well, I think all that remains is for us to say very best of luck this weekend. Boa sorte in
Boa
Portuguese.
sorte.
Yeah.
Good luck,
Cheers.
Cheers, Felipe.
Oops.
Thank you very much.
I lost.
Oh.
Don't have the rain tires anymore. So.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's quite nice, actually. Quite
Good,
nice.
huh?
Yeah, good stuff.
Thank you very much, Felipe. Always a pleasure. And now we'll hand back over to Melissa there.
Okay.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks.